Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to learn about the front end elements of web. Basically, why do we need a front end element is because these are the core concepts that you would require to learn more about how web designing and web development works. Now, the point is why it is required for designers. Well, those who are into core animation and editing, uh, they won't be requiring this that much. But the issue comes when the companies give you their job profile and asking for a UI UX designer or somebody who wants to join as a product designer or the new thing which people are doing right now, the multimedia developers. So in those cases you would be requiring the knowledge of front end elements. Okay, so the basic front end elements starts with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So we have HTML, CSS, and Java script. Okay, so HTML does work like the bone structure. It's also referred to as the skeleton of your web app slash web page. Okay, HTML is the skeleton of your web page that structures your content. Okay, got it. So now, what is HTML and why it is used? Okay, so for HTML, first thing is the full form. The full form is hypertext markup language. Okay, now first thing, what is hyper? What is hyper? Is it angry? Is this why it's called hyper? No, hyper comes from a term which says hyper linking. Okay, now how do we use this hyperlinking? Well, for this what we do is, let's say you have a web page. Okay, in web page you have a url link. Okay, dot, dot, dot. So what happens when we click there? Okay, the moment we go and click in this url, it redirects us to some other page. Okay, so with this functionality of hyperlinking, we can use multiple pages and multiple web pages to show our content. Okay, let's say by clicking this url, we go to some random page as ABC page. Okay, so this is the functionality that hyperlinking in HTML provides us. Okay, second is text. Now what is text? With text, as it suggests, it refers to text based content firstly. Okay, text based content, because earlier our web was not that it was not full of uh, video or images. Okay, these videos and these images are comparatively relatively new. Okay, so these are relatively new. That's why we can say that we refer to this as text, whereas here text also refer to these things. So here text refers to all the content that we see in the web. Okay, now it can be text, it can be image, it can be videos as well. Okay, so we have understood what is hyper, what is text. Next, what it was? Next was markup. So for markup, markup for markup refers to a something which is marked by different sort of tags. What do I refer by tags? In HTML we do have different sort of tags. What type of tags? We have the HTML tag, we have the head tag, we have body tag, paragraph, then line break. Okay, okay, these sort of tags, etc., we all have. So as the content that we are writing or the web page that we are creating, that has to be structured. Okay, it has to be structured by the help of tags. That's why it is referred to as markup. Okay, so this is markup. And why it is called a why language? So for language, it refers that it has to follow a set of rules. Every language has a set of rules, right? That we have to use a certain font. Okay, it has grammar and all those stuff. Okay, so in HTML also we need to follow a set of rules. Okay, just excuse me for the handwriting. I'm using this after a long time. Okay, so we need to follow a set of rules. So does in HTML. Like if we open a tag, we need to again close a tag, and then there's a structure in terms of uh, where head has to be placed. Okay, then we have to have body, footer, all that. Okay, so for these set of rules, as we are following it collectively, it makes the thing HTML. Okay, that's how we write HTML. Now, is HTML a programming language. Is HTML a programming language? Well, it is not. If somebody comes to you and they say that, dude, I know coding, and you ask what language do you know, and they refer to as the language as HTML. Well, you HTML is not a programming language. It's a markup language. Why it is a markup language? Because we have already mentioned that all those functionalities, that which one has to be referred, and structured, how we are structuring the entire content, that we're doing with the help of these markups. Okay, these tags. That's why it is called HTML is a markup language. Okay, so what we have learned? We have learned that HTML works as the skeleton. It's like the bones of web page. It structures our content. HTML's full form is Hypertext Markup Language. Hyper refers to hyperlinking because it gives us the functionality of clicking a link and it redirecting us to some other page. Text refers to, earlier it was text based content, videos and images were relatively new, but currently we refer text as the content that we see on the web. Okay, it can be text, images, videos, audios as well. Okay, markup is, that we have to use our all those tags we need to use to structure our content. Okay, language, because HTML follows a set of rules. Is it a programming language? No, it is not. It's a markup language. Okay, so now in the next video we are going to learn about few different tags. Okay, some specific tags we are going to learn, and then after that we will create a small project. So this entire thing would be a project based series. So we'll create our own project with the help of these tags, and then in that project we'll upload few design things which will be creating using Adobe tools. Okay, so this was the first lecture, and I hope you guys have understood. If you guys have any other queries, you can write it down in the comments. And apart from that, what I would suggest is to learn a few things about tags. Okay, until I post the next video, so that you have a better understanding, and you already have some questions about what these tags do. Okay, so research a bit about these tags. Okay, and we'll create the project out of it. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I'll meet you in the next one. Bye bye.